Hello everybody and welcome to today's tips and tricks video. Today we're going to be focusing on the Arsonist role, the last of the neutral roles, and probably one of the hardest to play in the game. The aim of the Arsonist is to mark every one of your targets with a douse, and then set them alight by clicking your own button on the knight ability screen. A lot of people have trouble with the Arsonist because the people they douse either die the day after, or get lynched immediately as somebody finds them out. Now my job is to try and stop that from happening, so I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks that I've found help me to be the best Arsonist I can. So the first one is to not draw attention to yourself. You have to be a sneaky ninja as the Arsonist, guys. You can't be the serial killer actively trying to help town or mafia. You have to stay in the shadows and stay hidden. Now, the reason for this is if you draw too much attention to yourself, you're going to get noticed by all of the investigative roles, who will want to know why you're taking such an active role, and will investigate you. If you just say you're not there, they may forget about you, and you really don't want them taking an interest in you, because the Arsonist can't really claim as much as the serial killer or the Godfather against what they actually are. Now, the biggest threat to the Arsonist is the investigator role. The investigator role will basically look at you and say you are a transporter or an arsonist. Now, if that person then dies, it's going to be in their will and people will take account of that. At which point you'll have no choice but to say transporter is your role and actually start talking in chat, which is a bad idea. Because you want to be a stealthy ninja, you don't want to be out in the open. So, how to deal with the investigator? Well, if you point out that somebody's an investigator, they're going to get killed very quickly by the Mafia or the serial killer. You don't have to do anything. So that's one role you do not want to douse. You never want to douse that role, as it will likely die anyway. Same goes for all the townies who are trying to search for the serial killer and the Mafia. Do not douse them, as the Mafia and serial killer will deal with them themselves. What you want to be looking for is the quiet ones, the ones who are just sitting there, not doing anything. Nobody'd know or care if they died. Those are the ones you want to douse. Because quite frankly, anyone who's got a gun is going to go after the people that annoy them or are trying to kill them. So what you want to do is pick off the lesser beings, the quiet ones. The people who aren't likely to die by the hands of murderers. Next on the list of threats is the jailer. Now, the jailer can just execute you straight away and kill you. No night immunity, you just die. So, if a jailer should jail you, you need to be quick, be precise in saying what your role is, which will obviously be a lie. However, the claims that you can make in this situation are very limited to you because you are an arsonist and you need to make sure it sticks for the rest of the game if it's early. You can only bullshit if it's late game. So, what can you claim? Well, the most obvious one is a transporter. A transporter is the opposite of the arsonist in the working with gas area, in that the transporter has a school bus and you have a flaming barrel of gas. So that's the most obvious one. You can also claim to be a survivor. Now, claiming survivor is probably one of the worst things you can do, because the jailer will go, oh, you're a survivor, it doesn't matter if I kill you. If he's malicious. If he's not, he'll say, work with town and we'll spare you. And that's good, because then you're sort of working with town, and you can start picking people off one by one. Or at least the jailer will think so. Last thing to claim is a bodyguard. Now, the bodyguard is one of the best things to claim if you haven't been identified by an investigator. Because if you say you're a bodyguard late game, say I can protect, say, a revealed mayor or an investigator, then people are much more likely to let you live, as you're one of the key things in letting them win. However, if you're not really a bodyguard, then it doesn't matter. Remember to always check the role list, guys. You need to make sure that the role that you're pretending to be is on the role list. If none of those three are on the role list, just bullshit and say medium. It's the best you can really do. Okay, things that you want to set alight are really things like jesters and witches. Because jesters, if in a lynch situation and you actually vote guilty, which you should be voting guilty when you can, when it's not suspicious, to get rid of more people because you have to kill everybody, then you want to make sure you don't vote guilty on the Jester, or douse them and kill them immediately. Not a good thing to have around, especially when you're an Arsonist. Now, the biggest flaw to you will be a witch. If a witch knows who you are, if you are forced to douse somebody and the next day they say, I am doused, they can stop you from ever using your abilities to kill anyone. They can make you target yourself every single day. So always take it as a high priority to get rid of any witches on the field, as they are not friendly towards you, they are friendly towards the Mafia. I've met no witch who will ever side with the Arsonist, because the Arsonist to win needs to kill everybody. And while the witch says, live to see town lose the game, the Arsonist says, everybody die! Wah, fried chicken for everyone. So don't. Allow them to live. Now onto the topic of veterans and bodyguards. These people can hurt you. Do not underestimate them under any circumstances. If somebody in chat is saying, please attack me, or if somebody in chat is blatantly going to get attacked, like a revealed spy, revealed mayor, possibly even a Mafia member, if they've got Skype calls, I don't know. You don't want to attack anyone either too conspicuous or too likely to get attacked. Don't douse them, douse people who are not going to get noticed. Remember, you're a stealthy ninja with flaming shurikens. Okay, again, I will state that you have no allies as an Arsonist. You are completely on your own. Therefore, you can play that to your advantage. Start whispering people. Start trying to make alliances that shouldn't happen. Maybe message the Mafia saying, I'm the witch, I can help you. It might buy you a few days, at which point you can burn the remainder of people, or some people who are annoying you, but it is a way to do it. Thankfully, something good is that a serial killer can never out you on the day that he attacks you, or the Godfather or Mafia, because if they do, they will be lynched themselves. This is a thing that mainly takes priority mid to early game. Late game, sometimes Mafia will just say, he's the Arsonist, kill him. Nobody will question it because they want to get rid of the Arsonist, because they want some hope, at least. There's some people who just kill crazy and will kill people. Again, if there's a second Arsonist in the game, you're in trouble, matey. If you get doused, and then you decide to ignite yourself, you will catch fire and die. That is one of the biggest flaws in the Arsonist class, and one of the most difficult things to surpass. So, what you want to do is, you want to find the other Arsonist as quickly as possible, and get him lynched. From then on, you have to survive by pure lynching prowess. Do not douse, as people may actually forget there's an Arsonist in the end. Or, since you're not dousing anyone, just claim that you've been doused in one of the nights you haven't. It's a good alibi, but you'll have to go through the whole game getting everybody lynched. You won't be killed at night, so that's a plus. So, it's a way to go about it. Okay, I do believe that's everything that I will be wanting to go through on this episode. If you've got anything that I've missed, or any cool tricks of your own, put them in the comments. I'm Magnus Sword 2, and I'm signing off. See you later, guys.